Hi, it's George Streeter, your professor for Humanities 201 this semester, Myth, Reason, and God. I wanted to talk to you about the books that I've ordered for the class. There are 4 of them, and they are all available for rent or purchase through the Prairie State College bookstore. You can place your order online, and then they will ship the books to you directly to your home. And you can use your financial aid for rentals or purchases through the bookstore. Another way to get the books is by going on Amazon. I have included the ISBN numbers on the syllabus, and so you can enter those numbers into a Google search and it will probably take you to Amazon directly, and you can order the books that way. They might get to you a little faster that way. However, you cannot use your financial aid to purchase books through Amazon. Okay, so that's something you have to decide. I've got the 4 books here. We'll start with the first one we're going to read together is called Gilgamesh. It's a very old story of a king, King Gilgamesh, from ancient Mesopotamia, what is now Iraq. And we don't know the author of this story. It's a poem, a very old poem, but it's translated by a man named Stanley Lombardo. So we're going to read Stanley Lombardo's translation of Gilgamesh. That's going to be our first book. It's not very long. It's a fun read. It's an exciting story. I hope you will enjoy it. And so that's where we're going to start. The second book that I've ordered is a translation of Genesis. Genesis is the first book of the Old Testament, or the Hebrew Bible, the first of 5 books that compose the Torah in the ancient Jewish tradition and the Jewish religion. The Torah is their sacred text, and Genesis is the first book. It's an origin story. Many of you have read this part of the Bible, but for those of you who have not, it's an origin story, the origin of man, the origin of civilization, the origin of the people of Israel, the nation of Israel. And so we'll spend some time reading this text. Again, we don't really know the author of this text, but it's translated by Robert Alter. It will talk about the history and the origin of this book. But this is a translation of the ancient Hebrew by Robert Alter, who's a scholar of ancient Hebrew. Okay, so again, many of you have probably read the Bible before, but this is a different translation, so it'll be interesting to sort of see a different translation. And for those of you who have not read the Bible before, this will be your introduction to Genesis, the beginning. The third book that we have for this course is called the Odyssey, and this we do have an author. Homer is an ancient Greek poet from the 9th or 10th century BC. And we don't know a lot about Homer, but we do attribute this story to him. The Odyssey, the story of Odysseus, a Greek king returning home from a war, the Trojan War. And he's been away for 20 years, and this is the story of his struggle to get home. It's translated also by Stanley Lombardo from the ancient Greek. Okay, so this is our third text. And then finally, we have a contemporary novel written by Madeline Miller, a living author, and she is sort of translating the ancient Greek stories or ancient Greek mythology into a modern or contemporary idiom, but a sort of retelling of the story. And she will center on Cersei, a minor goddess in the Odyssey, although she plays a pretty big role. But here, she is the heart and soul of the story. It is all of sort of Greek mythology seen through the eyes of Cersei, including the story of Odysseus, but seen from her perspective. And so this is our 4th and final book that we'll read together for the course. You can see the schedule of readings in the calendar. I'll show you that right here in the content page. If you click the content menu and you scroll down to the course information and the course calendar, here you have a schedule of the readings, the kind of the order in which we'll be reading Gilgamesh and Genesis, Homer's Odyssey, and Miller's Circe. I may add other short readings as online texts for you to look at, but this is the core of our reading for the semester. And as you can see, I haven't finished filling out the topics, okay? But this tells you the weeks and the dates and when the reading and the major writing assignments are due for the course. think that's in the course calendar. Okay, I think I'll stop there. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the books and our reading for the course and encourage you to go out and buy them or rent them now. We have our first class on Wednesday, but if you can, try to get the books before that and start looking at them and reading them and thinking about them and see if this is a good course for you. And also, just start getting a sense of what we're reading together and begin sharing your thoughts starting on Wednesday in our first class. Okay, I think that's all for now. Bye.